Whew, hello everyone and welcome back to the farm. So this is the last trailer load of sugar beet. The field is absolutely cleared. I did get up early and start, although I still had to wait for it to get light. So yeah, we've got to put this sugar beet into the silo over here. The silage pit, sorry, I should say. And that's where it can stay until we're ready to sell. Now, I had absolutely no idea that we would get that much sugar beet off the field. It's been absolutely incredible, the yield. And yeah, it's filled up the silage pit. It's absolutely brilliant. It's yeah, I don't know what to say. Right, let's get this emptied out. Trying to make it as piley a pile as possible. There we go. Right. Well, it is a beautiful December morning this morning. And we have a number of things we need to do. I do want to get a contracting company to come in and pick up the milk. This needs to stay here. Oh, just put my foot in a puddle. That's wet. Right. Yep, I do want to get a contracting company to come in and take the milk away. So I'm going to do that. Obviously, they want paying for the privilege, so. But this thing is just too small now. We've outgrown it, so it's no good to us anymore. In fact, I'll pop it over here, just out the way, because when that company comes later, they'll be bringing a big lorry to take the milk away in. Yep, I think I'll leave it there. Let's detach it. There we go. That can stay there then. Right, as for the tractor, that can go over here for now. And there we go. Alright then, so I'm going to make a phone call and see if I can get the company to come and pick up the milk. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head down to the dealership. The other tractor's all ready. I don't yet know how much it's going to cost, but they need their wheel loader back and we need our tractor back. So, I'll make those phone calls to start with and we'll go from there. Right, so I made a couple of phone calls. They can come down and do the milk later on. Not sure what time exactly. They said they'll give me a ring when they're on their way. In the meantime, we need to get this back to the store and go and pay for the service on our tractor. So we'll do that now. God, those weeds have really sprung up in that field. Well, at least the ground's fertile, but that is that's a lot of weeds. Good job I've got that sprayer, isn't it? Right then. I'll see you back at the store. Alright then, so here we are. We're back at the dealership. Now, oh yeah, I've put the wheel loader over there where I found it, so no problems there. And we paid for that the other day. Now the service bill for this was over £1,500, and that is extortionate. It's crazy. But apparently there were bits of it that looked like they had been damaged intentionally. And I don't really know what to make of that. I mean, they said it's the sort of damage that looks similar to the Deucefar. So, and obviously that went bang. But they've replaced all the parts now. It should be running better than ever. And they told me just to keep an eye out. I'm just wondering if I should get some CCTV up. Because the last thing I want to do is lose more equipment to vandalism. Anyway, that's all ready to go now. I've paid the value, the fee, and or the bill, I should say. And now yeah, we're going to be heading home. Crazy to think that somebody could be vandalising my equipment. Yeah, I'm really quite upset and worried about that. Anyway, we're going to head back to the farm. And have a think about what we need to do next. Because farming never stops. Right then, so we're back at the farm here, as you can see. There is absolutely no point doing anything about these weeds until after we've put some seed in. Because if I just spray them now, we'll seed, and then we'll get more weeds growing up through again. So I need to wait until March, really, when we can start to think about what we're going to put in these fields and get them seeded. I'm thinking maybe some spring barley or some spring wheat would be the best option. But yeah, it's a lot. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm ready for it. So the thing that we can do now, because the ground isn't actually too hard at the minute, we can get that the soybean field cultivated, and we can start to get the sugar beet field ploughed. But the cultivation work's going to come first, I think. Let's get into the tractor. We're going to go and hook up the cultivator, and yeah, we'll get that field done. It shouldn't take too long at all. It's just need it ready for the next harvest. I did think about pulling the hedge out in the middle of two of the fields. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Although I'll have to move the bees. But yeah, I thought let's get the cultivator on, and then we'll go down there in the tractor. Right, get that folded up, then we can get out of here easier. Lovely stuff. Right. Oh, tell you what I do need. Let's go get some fuel for this. Let's go and top it up as we're... Right. I'll get this fueled up, and then I'll explain what I mean. So, what I mean, this is the top field, and this is the one we had the soybeans in. I was thinking of ripping this hedge out. I know it's not been long since we put it in, but I want to rip the hedge out, and I want to join these two fields together to make a larger field that we can do cereal crops in. And I think that would be the best thing to do. Now, like I said, I will have to move the bees. In fact, the hives can stay where they are. Oh yeah, all I've got to do is move this pallet, haven't I? Yeah. The hives can stay where they are. That's down the side of the field. I'll just move the pallet. I'll maybe turn the hives round a bit. I mean, the bees are dormant now anyway because it's winter. But yeah, I can carefully move these round. And then, look at that. Abby's been busy, busy with the honey. That's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, do excuse me. I'll spend a couple of hours. It won't take long to get the hedge ripped out, and it won't take long to get the bee. Oh, the bees I'll shift now. So join me in a minute, and you'll see what it looks like. All right, so just a quick update for you. The hedge is actually coming out really quite easily. It's managing to get the main roots tied around the forks, and then I'll just lift up and pull it out. So we've done all this bit over here. I've managed to rearrange the beehives a little bit, so they should provide some boost for the yield on the field in this area. But yeah, so it's just getting the rest of this hedge pulled out, and then cultivating all the field into one. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with that, and this should take no more than another hour, I think. And then I'm gonna have a spot of lunch, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna cultivate all the field, the whole lot. Right, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Alright, so before I head in for lunch, I just want to show you the progress. We've got rid of all the hedge. It's all been pulled out. And that's left us with the mud where all the roots have just sort of churned it up and pulled it out. So yeah, it's just a case of cultivating the fields into one now, which I will do after I've had a bit of lunch. So I'm going to take this tractor back, have a spot of lunch, and then we'll come and do the cultivation work. The company that's going to come and empty the milk out of the cows, the container has rang. They're going to be this afternoon at some point, probably later rather than earlier on. I would think. So yeah, that's haven't forgotten about that. That's happening too. Right then, I'm going to pop this tractor in here. There we go. That'll do nicely. And we'll wander down and have some lunch. See you in a bit. Right then. Here we are, back ready to crack on the start work. So let's get the tractor all warmed up. And then what I'm going to do is I'll unfold this. I don't really want to make the field any bigger. Got a nice grass strip around it at the minute. But lower that in. And we will pull through this bit to a bit tougher to cultivate when there's grass there. Right, that's the first step then. So I think it would be better to have one bigger field and two smaller fields. Well, three smaller fields if you count the grass field as well. But yeah, all this needs cultivating up, and then once it's been oh, I don't want to miss an edge. Once it's been seeded, we can roller it. Now that we have our roller, and then we can spray all the weeds off when they grow back, because they will. Good job we've got ourselves a sprayer. Oh, the other thing I've got to do on this field is get some muck spread on it as well. We have got quite a lot of muck building up, so that's good news. And yeah, I'm sure we can get all the muck spread on here before we seed as well. We have got some time. It's just weather dependent. Obviously, we're properly coming into winter now, so it depends on how hard the ground is, and it also depends on the snow and everything as well. But I'm sure that we'll find a way. Right. Okay, I'll crack on with this, and we'll see you later. Right, just this tiny little bit to do here, which is excellent timing because the guys who've come to pick up the milk have just called. So yep, that's that done. Looking forward to getting stuck into the to work in the big field actually. I say big, it's not huge, is it? But it's big for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna park this up, and then we'll wait for the tanker to arrive. Right, and here it is. I'll have a chat with the driver, and we'll get things sorted. So it turns out that the cows have been producing a lot more milk than I thought, and there's actually 2 tanker loads here. So he's gonna go sell the first lot, and then come back for the second lot, which is fantastic. I do have to pay quite a lot for this privilege. There's so the bill for getting this moved is £2,000, which is incredible. But I'm planning to make a lot more than that from the milk, and once we have, I'd like to pay off a good chunk of the loan. Right, anyway, let's get this filled up the first time. Well, it turns out it turns out that milk's worth quite a lot of money. I've just had a phone call from the contractor, and they've posted the money through. In fact, I've got to pay their head office, so let me just do that now. But so yeah, I've just paid them for the thing. But how unbelievably, we've lost. Well, we've not lost. We've got rid of all the milk, and we've got over £100,000 in the bank, and that's just crazy. That's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that to pay off a large chunk of the loan. Oh, it's going to be definitely what we're going to be doing. Let's put some lights on in here. There we go. Hello. What are you doing in here?
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.